arches arch their backs against the ache of centuries. Each crack a tract of wrecked and racked antiquities. The mortar mourns the morning when the mason's hands were warm, when carved stone carved out meaning from the carving of the storm. They built the gilt-edged towers where the tilted empires knelt, where marble marveled inward at the marvel it had felt. Now dust adjusted just the shape of what was thrust in place, a husk of hushed ambition, the dusk-eroded face. The tongue of tungsten lamplight licks the lacquered colonnades, and echoes etch the etching of the etchings, escapades. On walks through chalks and stalks of ruin, mapping the unmapped, where lapsing laps the landscape till the language is unwrapped. The word becomes the world becomes a one remark, a spark that often parked itself in perpetual dark. The marrow of the marble holds the narrow of the bone. What mattered now lies scattered, shattered, flattered into stone. They carve it, starve it, halved it into halves of whole, and left the cleft where breath once blessed the breast of every soul. The marrow of the marble, cracked and harrowed by the years, still hollow, still they follow, swallow sorrow with their tears. The senate of the sonnet sits in sediment and silt, where syllables and sibyls share a sibilant built quilt. The tongue that sang of sunlit peaks now sank beneath the ground, a wound of sound that wounded itself around the round. Rebound, the priests of peace made peace together, piecemeal promises. Their vows of vows bowed and proud became abysmal bliss. Ceramic charming karma carved in caramel brown clay, the arc of arcane alchemy now arching into grace. Still legions leech the legends, leaking, leaching into lore, while pilgrims pilgrim onward, never certain what they're for. Becomes a stoning when the tone is turned to roar, when knowing meets the knowing at the gaping of the gore. What nations narrate nightly in the nave of nameless nights, are rights of rights, half written, half righted, half in lights. The marrow of the marble holds the narrow of the bone. What mattered now lies scattered, shattered, flattered into stone. The cleft where breath once blessed the breast of every soul. The marrow of the marble, cracked and harrowed by the years, still hollow, still they follow, swallow sorrow with their tears. A vain wind vainly varies its wail, the tale of tailing tailored empires pales beyond the pale. A cipher sift the surface, surfacing the cipher's code, while roads of old grow eroded down the oldless road. The relics relish relic light, still relevant and real. Their zeal of steel now healed to heal, appeal of old ideal. What rest the restless wrestling meaning from the mass, the vast contrast of contrast. Nothing lasts that outlasts last. A memory that murmur mirrors morning in its mire. The empire in the empire calls the fire from the pyre. Voices in the plaster, names beneath the names. The grammar of disaster always conjugates the same. each civilization's bone.